Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and I'm here to do a love reading for my Cancerian friends. Cancer, wherever you might have that in your chart, this might be for you. We all have it somewhere. So it's my intention that there's something in here for everyone. But if it doesn't resonate, don't try and make it fit. You will know if it's your story or not. Um, and I have lots of other readings on my channel, and most of them are timeless. So feel free to check those out. I'm going to be, like I said, doing a love reading. I've chosen a song. I forgot to do this for Gemini yesterday. JoJo's back! Cancer and Venus. Nice. Aw. Aw. You're probably the best person to be in a relationship with. So sweet and caring. I picked a song. I have to look again. Or better to say, I let a universe pick a song. The universe pick a song for you. And the song is Could Be Love. So, you may have your eye on someone. Um, um, so far, I don't know, not seeming so depressing, but we'll see. Could be love if meeting someone coming in. Um, that's exciting. We'll see. We'll see what the good tarot has to say. Um, I've been doing the Celtic cross spread kind of for the other signs. So I think I'll just keep going with that. I don't know that I like this spread for love readings, but we'll see what we see. It'll be okay. So I want to look at the overall energy, and that's at the bottom of the deck. Three of fire. Um, oh, yeah, thank you, Jojo. That's really sweet. I'm gonna let you choose. I thought about it and I don't know what would be the right card for me. Um, I don't. I don't know, maybe I'll think about it some more, but I feel like you might be better off choosing a tarot card. For those of you who don't know, Jojo is a artist and is going to make a tarot deck. And I'm so honored that you're going to make one of the cards be after me. That's really cool. Late January to February? That quick? Really? Dang. You are prolific in your artistry. That's super cool. I'm really excited for you. I'm excited to see that deck. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Thank you. Okay, so yes, for Cancer. Where am I? Um oh, I was just shuffling. Okay, so bottom of the deck is the overall energy. We have the Ace of Water, which is all about an emotional new beginning. Could be love. This is a card of unconditional love for yourself, for others. Also overflowing abundance and prosperity because um you know uh, all the good things that come to us start with the love aspect, the love piece, where we love ourselves enough that then we're open to whatever the universe provides, has to offer. It's when we're in a place of non-love, basically fear of one kind or another, that closes us off. And it's not that it's bad per se, it's just that it keeps you from getting what you really want. And it's learning to make friends with that part of you that does feel the fear. So okay, let's see. Cool. So cool. Okay. So what's going on right now? What's going on for you, Cancer, right now? Yeah, two there. Being in a position of feeling stuck. This can be that the card of the word is not even coming to me right now. I was going to say stagnation. That's not the right word. Although that is true. This is needing to make a choice, but not knowing which one to choose. Come on, brain, you can do this. Um, it's not coming to me. I'll come back. I'll come back to this. Feeling stuck overall. Um, what's the challenge? The hermit. It could be that you need to go within. You need to spend some time um, doing that introspection, gaining that wisdom, shining the light on things that you're not totally aware of yet. Um, somehow to make a good decision, you've got to go within. You've got to figure out which key is going to open this door. And maybe you're resisting that for some reason. Maybe, because of stalemate. Yes, my brain works. The hamster woke up. Um, yeah. It's- Being so if you're in a stalemate with someone, or if you're in a position where you need to choose, do you choose one person or another? Do you choose a person or choose not that person? you know Choosing to be in a committed relationship versus being single. Like, somehow you need to go within and figure yourself out. What happened in the recent past? Ace of Earth. There was a new beginning here. Feeling, like dedicated to ultimate prosperity. um I always have trouble articulating this one, but it's like aces are all about new beginnings, and the universe kind of coming along and being like, hey, here's a little gift for you. um you can do what you want with it, but feel free to take it and run with it. And for some reason, that has led you to this place where you were like, okay, this is really cool, but now we're stuck. Now something. And maybe it's the kind of situation where, this seemed really good, and maybe it still is, but you're understanding that there's a potential of needing to walk away. And you're like, I'd rather, I don't know. Yeah, like a part of you could be like, I'd rather not. I want to make this work because it seems so good. Or it could also be like, going within, doing this introspection could shine a light on your part of the dynamic, where things aren't working on your side, where are you being a little stubborn perhaps, or not willing to budge, because stalemate is, you know it's being stuck. Redbeard is here. Awesome. All right, so I want to know, I'm so sorry, my brain. Future, near future. Three of water. Kind of seems like you're going to work this out. It can be a little challenging going within, stepping back from a situation. The hermit is often about solitude as well, like being alone, because it's not so easy. Phone, you're watching something, like there could be, this is the challenge, is that there's so many distractions around you. Maybe you're leaning into the distractions on purpose because you don't really want to think about how to make how to fix this. But I feel like you're going to get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm done with this stagnation. Let's figure out what we want to do here. And then there's going to be some celebration. Um, spending time together, spending Spending it, I mean, it can be spending time with people that you love. I'll do some clarification in a little bit. So I haven't started Christmas shopping either. Okay. Um, what are you currently consciously aware of? Messenger of water. Yeah, you are very attracted to this person. They have really drawn your attention. They could be really attracted to you as well. Like somehow you know that someone I feel like this connection, there's a sweetness here. There's a strong romantic connection. And I feel like there is, because this can also be a card about learning to love yourself more and heal yourself through that self-love. Um, I was just saying this for the daily read for Thursday, November 18th. Um, but yeah, ultimately, you're aware that I think there's a mutual attraction for sure. Maybe possibly some kind of romantic offer on the table from you or from them. What are you not aware of? What's going on behind the scenes? The Five of Earth. Five of Earth it's learning to see things in a new way. It's seeing beyond the illusion of things, how things seem. Um, Very often, I mean, always we are viewing the world through our own filter, right? And so naturally, there's always going to be a certain amount of illusion because we're not really seeing fully. We're certainly not seeing things from other people's perspective, and so this is kind of broadening that perspective. This is what's going to help end this stalemate. Is I think opening to someone else's perspective, um, to your person's perspective, like just kind of if you've been having trouble, if you've been butting heads, somehow there's been issues. It's like putting yourself in their shoes and trying to understand where they're coming from and what they might be struggling with. You know, we all have stuff from our past. We all have wounds that are not fully healed and we're not even aware of them. And that's one of the things relationships are great for, which really sucks when you're in a situation where you're like, you're driving me freaking crazy. And yet it's because they are reflecting you back to you. So, I think this is what's going to help you doing this introspection, which you really don't want to do, but it's really going to help you get the ball rolling again. Oh, no, I'm not done with this deck yet. Um, I want to know how your person sees you. What is their perspective of you? Chariot. Um, this is a card of victory. This is a card of, no matter what your struggles are, you are able to, you know, like the two horses kind of wanting to go off in different directions. That kind of the yin and yang, the balance where sometimes things can kind of get lopsided, get out of balance. And they see you as someone who's really good at kind of wrangling things so that the energies, so that you can bring everything back to kind of to the middle, to enough to achieve the victory that you want. Um, and it could be too that you like you two working together, getting on the same page as one another, ending this stalemate does lead to victory. It's not the easiest thing to do. Um, to admit that you're wrong, to admit that, maybe there is another way for either of you, but somehow, like, you are the victory. Somehow you two are gonna get on the same page. Maybe you two are you're kind of like the opposites of each other. Opposites attract. Um, okay, so what are your hopes and fears? I don't need to look at my heater. 8 of water. Especially in this deck, this is a card of looking past the what's superficial. In this deck, this very much speaks to me of like your ships coming in, waiting for your ships to come in. Sometimes this is a card of walking away in other decks. So it seems like, you are hoping that whatever issues you're having with this person, you want to be able to connect on a deeper level and create this more sacred connection. However, you may fear that a part of you may fear that that's not possible. That because there's a lot of attraction here, maybe it's a very physical connection. Um, or very physically based because of the Ace of Earth here as well, that you want to take it to another level and you're not sure if this person is able to. And that scares you because you're like, what? But I I want this to work. You do really want this to work. And I think I don't know. Maybe there's a part of you too that fears that it's going to work. Maybe you're used to the struggle. Maybe you're used to the stalemate. You're like, well, this is how it's always been. So this is how it's always going to be. Here I am again. Um, it'll never be any different. And yet this time around, it is different. But it's only going to be different if you take the time to make it different, to see things in a different way. Yeah, to become centered. Exactly. Exactly. So I was just going to pick another card. I want to ask a specific question. Okay, so um what what's the outcome here? What's the outcome? The 4 of air. Healing. Going within, retreating, resting. Um this can be a card of meditation as well. Learning to create that sacred space within yourself, within your life, for yourself. These two are, it's kind of the major arcana and the minor arcana. They're kind of the same kind of energy. And I think through this process, you're going to really tap into yourself and what's important to you. And it starts with you. You have to be the most important person in your world. You don't you it will not work if you make anybody else more of a priority than yourself. Because in that case, you get depleted. You're not filling your own cup. You end up showing up, it creates the whole codependent kind of thing. And so you going through this healing is like, this is what's going to make this work. Um, what's your advice? Let's get some advice here. Temptation. I think this has to do with what I was speaking to with this hermit card. This is your challenge, right? Temptation is all the things pulling you away from doing that healing, from starting a meditation practice if you don't already, or creating some kind of practice that keeps you connected to you, to your higher power, keeps you in tune with your world, with yourself. And this can be anything. It, whatever you use to numb yourself, to take yourself out of your mind, out of your present moment, basically. Yeah. Yeah, and this, like I said, like it could be anything. This could even be the addiction to negative thinking. Depression, it's because of being stuck in the past, feeling sad about things having happened and being out of your control. You're here now, things happen the way they did, and yet you're not able to move forward from that. um, versus anxiety, where you're so worried about the future. um, you're not, either way, depression, anxiety, it's two sides of the same coin. Both pull you out of where you need to be, which is right in this moment. It's exactly what this hermit card is about. So, and yeah, depression is hard to deal with. I do not mean to trivialize it in any way. And I know that people really like truly struggle, that it is very much tied in with brain chemistry and body chemistry and all the things. Um, it's just the nature of it is it's always because of being stuck in the past in some form or another. So okay, so this I feel like I do want to clarify. I'm going to go to the Dreaming Way Tarot. um right, is this what I want to do? Actually, no, I'm going to do something different for you. I want to go to the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle deck. I want to clarify just a little bit more. I don't know. It seems pretty clear, but I'll pull some cards and get some more clarity on this reading. We got the Hawk, Omens and Messages. I think this is about when you go within, when you do that healing, you open yourself up more. Like I was kind of speaking to this, but you're able to connect in to yourself better and listen to the messages that are coming through you and also that are showing up in the world around you, because you create this relationship with your higher power, with the universe, whatever you want to call it. And you start to learn the language of your higher power. You start to teach your higher power what language you would like it to bring messages to you in. I don't know if I said that right, but yeah, the omens and messages are They're going to be coming in more and more as you get more in tune with yourself, as you fall more in love with yourself. You know, e- even something as simple as like the lyrics to a song, a song comes on, you're like, oh, I was just thinking about that, things like that. And then you get the earth fairy, physical health, grounding, and foundations. Yep, this is all about needing to focus. Ground yourself into your body. Focus on you. Um, thing is, you have very much have a tendency to get caught up in the emotionality of situations, and and people with a lot of cancer in their chart often way overgive at the expense of themselves. And this is you needing to turn that around on yourself. Um, become grounded through taking care of yourself. And the fire fairy, creative action and optimism. Yeah, I it seems like this connection has so much excuse me. So much potential if you can actually communicate. Suddenly had a throat chakra thing going on there. Communicating clearly and being optimistic about what you two can achieve together. This is what brings you to this place of celebration, because you get on the same page. You've kind of align your passions for making this work. Let me get one more. And the bard. I get this one so much. So much. Music, poetry, myth, history, and the enchantment of storytelling. Hmm. I don't know if you heard that, but we had a little confirmation there. And I did say, lyrics to a song, for example, or just somehow this is changing your story, not allowing your history to to stop you. Um, by changing your story, you're empowering yourself, changing your story to one that, rather than things happening to you, they happened for you. That you were always doing the best you could in any given moment with what you had and what you knew. And we are taught to get so down on ourselves. I think this is a huge part of why we end up so depressed, because we're taught that, like, or I think so many of us do this, and it's like kind of familial, where there's a lot of guilt, and you got to feel guilty for what you've done, and and it's you lose yourself in the process because you're just always stuck in the shoulda, coulda, woulda mindset. So this is changing your story to one that's empowering, and this is what's going to make this work. You kind of reinventing yourself. You becoming much maybe there's a spiritual awakening here, or just tapping in to the sacred within you. And by doing that, the outer world is going to naturally reflect that back to you. You can't change any relationship, romantic or otherwise, by expecting someone else to change. The only way to make any kind of change is to start with you. That's all you have control over. And then once you do that, very often the relationships around you naturally morph and change. And I've had this happen so many times, where having a really uncomfortable dynamic with someone seemed like it was just going to always be that way. And then I did the work, and that it's not like that anymore. Either that or the person falls away and then makes room for someone new. In this case, I think that you and this person, especially because I keep being drawn to this 3 of water, I think that, the victory card, there is gonna be this sacred connection that you 2 are able to make, all because of you doing the work. So, there it is. I'm gonna leave it there. Um, it is hard to unsee some things. You're absolutely right, Redbeard. Um, and I don't think it's about unseeing it. It's just it's, it's simple, not easy. It's coming to terms with things that have been seen, and you know, forgiving. But there's as much a need to forgive ourselves as there is anybody else in our life. Because so often we're like, how could I have let myself get to that point, be in that situation, be with that person, like whatever has happened. We often get more down on ourselves than anybody else. Um, Hence the depression. So, anyway, um, ultimately, you're doing it. You're doing it. You're loving yourself. You're coming to terms, and things are going to work out in a really amazing way, no matter what. It's going to work out because it always works out. That's my motto. You've survived 100% of your worst days. So you'll be okay. You'll get through this too. Um, Stay optimistic. All right. Yes, forgiving others is for your own growth, not theirs. Exactly right. You're not letting anyone else off the hook. You're just getting yourself unstuck. So it's not depressing. It's beautiful. I'm always so excited about messages that are empowering, because that is where we create the life that we want. 100%. So, thank you. I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for joining me. It was really fun. I like this reading a lot. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing.